You know, in all honesty, I actually enjoyed the aesthetic of having that combination of sweet mountain air and Colorado sunshine into the background of this video that, you know what, I think I'm going to keep it like this for a little while. Very nice. I mean, shot from my hotel room, you know, able to keep you guys from seeing what a style my room is. But, yeah, I think I'm going to keep it like this for a while, and in a way, the lighting is kind of making me look a little good. Anyway, yeah, whether it's just after about 20 after 7 here in Colorado, which means it's 9:20 out in New York, where I'm from, and like 6:20 out further out west, like in California and Las Vegas and places like that. But regardless, it doesn't change the fact that unfortunately today is Monday, which can be a real drag. But that's okay. You know, we need Monday also, I feel, brings like a set of normalcy to things in life, and I'm glad for it. You know, I don't want to get too excited. Plus, I mean, I'm on vacation right now, so really I'm not really one to say anything. But you really do need it. And I'm also sorry if this video is a little late. Just again, I'm trying to get used to the time change here. And so, again, the videos are going to be a little bit late. And they're probably going to be late for a little while. But trust me, but no matter what, you guys are going to get your entertainment from me. Even if I have to look like a complete idiot or moron or doofus in the process. So, with that said, first things first, I have to give major shout-outs to not one, but two of my brothers from Trinity-Pawling. And both of these guys are I mean, really all my brothers are special to me, and I could say the same thing, you know, they've always had my back and such, and the same old's true for these two individuals as well. But the interesting thing about these two brothers is that when I was at Trinity-Pawling, they were underclassmen. In fact, one of them was a freshman, and the other one was a sophomore. And let me get into who they both are. I guess for the freshmen, again, I never name names in my videos, so as not to embarrass or offend anyone. So, I guess for the freshman, the hint for his name, because I do give hints to names. The hint for this individual is his last name is the combination of a piece of neckwear and a cocktail. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I met the freshman doing a choir at Trinity-Pawling. In fact, we actually sat together because, you know, in an all-male choir you have tenor ones, tenor twos, basses, and baritones. And he and I were tenor ones, which is about the highest level of sound you can get. Yeah. He was only a freshman, but I was actually a PG, so, you know, 4 or 5 years older than him. And yeah, funny enough, I actually still have roughly the range I had back then in terms of singing, but I don't want to subject you guys to any of that. That'd be cruel, and I don't want to do that. But one of my favorite memories of this individual is we're actually at the cave one time, and we're actually at the counter, and we'd ordered what we ordered for, you know, food. I believe I ordered chicken fingers with honey mustard, or did I order Mama's Pizza? I forget what I ordered. Anyway, so he and I are talking, and we're talking about, you know, the sports we like to do, because I had told him that before I went to Trinity-Pawling, you know, I played football. And this individual actually was a very good squash player. again, he was actually very mature for his age and pretty good too. In fact, believe it or not, this individual would later become the head prefect his senior year. So yeah, to say this guy came a long way is doesn't even begin to describe how awesome it is with the accomplishment I'm about to say about him. But anyway, my favorite memory of this guy is we're at the cave, you order food, and we're talking about sports, and because I told him I did football, but they can only have 4 PGs at Trinity-Pawling, so I told him I did cross country, and he's like, dude, you were a tank. It's funny because by default I was the biggest guy in both height and weight on the team, and I still made the top 7. So, yeah. He's a really cool individual, and right now he finished being the 2nd lieutenant officer at the Naval Academy, the U.S. Naval Academy in Norway. I think that's how it works. I don't know. So he might come back to the States very soon. But whether you're in Norway or in the USA, I hope you're safe. I wish you well. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. And whatever's next for you, I hope turns out to be incredibly successful. Excuse me. So with that said, how about we get on to the sophomore? Now, this guy was really cool to me. He really was. Again, much like the freshman, he was also very mature for his age, and I guess the hint for this individual is his full name is the combination of a very popular action star and last name rhymes with the most famous catchphrase of Henry Winkler's most famous character. So there you go. Anyway, I met him as a sophomore. In fact, he was my wrestling teammate. And he was one of the strongest individuals I'd ever seen at that age, in both physically and mentally. He was tough. And it would later transfer into how tough he really was, because not only would he eventually wrestle in college for a little while, but he is now the owner and operator of a CrossFit gym and fitness center in Bethel, Connecticut. And if you think his accomplishments stop there, that doesn't even begin to describe what I was about to say about him. Yesterday, he actually got engaged to someone very special in his life. And if you're an avid viewer of these videos, then you know full well that I believe love to be a very powerful thing. Love for your fellow man, love for your special someone, love for anyone. And that doesn't even describe my overall thoughts on it, to be honest. But the fact that he is engaged, to be married, that is just so incredibly awesome. So, with that said, to both of my brothers, I am so happy for you, for all of your accomplishments, and I really hope that whatever's next for you down the line ends up being very successful with all the support and love you can ever get from everyone around you. In fact, I'll always have your back. I mean, to be fair, I am older than both of you guys, if by chance you're watching, so I gotta have your back in some respect, right? Gotta set an example for my fellow peers. So, yeah, there's that. And, what else is there to discuss? Well, I guess I can talk about a funny memory involving, my Nike shirt. Well, it's not my Nike shirt exactly, but Nike in general. And no, this is not an advertisement for Nike. But my senior year in high school, my final play that I did, and this is back at Horseheads, not Trinity-Pawling. At Horseheads, we did the play Godspell. And there's actually a line in the play where, Well, if any of you guys are wondering, Godspell is kind of like Jesus Christ Superstar, but I'd say a little less bombastic, I suppose. Actually, it's much less bombastic. But anyway, so there's actually a line where Jesus is pointing to an individual holding a box, and the box it's a Reebok shoe box. You know, the Reebok, the brand of shoes. But Jesus says, the box says rejoice, and then the individual holding the box says, it says Reebok. Well, when we did the play, because, you know, you can improvise and stuff like that, and it was only a high school production, so in the end, nobody's really going to care as to whether there's a line change here or there, something's taken out, because, again, it's a high school play. We're not looking for the perfection of Broadway actors and all sorts of crazy dances and dance numbers and such. But we do essentially that same scene, and the guy holding the box, instead of saying Reebok, he says, it says Nike. So yeah, like, whether it's Nike or Reebok, it was a shoebox, and honestly the message of the play, I guess, came through. But yeah, that was a really fun memory. In fact, I'll never forget, it was a day before, because a week before the play before all our school plays premiered, we always take that Sunday as like an all-day sort of rehearsal thing where we practically go through the play twice. And so the night before, that was when Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out, and I went to the midnight launch of that game. I stayed up till like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at the church because we actually, funny enough, my senior year they redid the entire auditorium, and Godspell always has to take place in some sort of chapel or church. So yeah, we had to do that. So I had to be at like the chapel at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. It was totally worth it. Just like it's totally worth making these videos. Whether I'm talking about high school memories from Horseheads or my brothers, I love doing it, and I love all you guys for watching. And with that said, I'm humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful Monday, because even Mondays can be wonderful too. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. So take care, everybody.